everyone, welcome back to Myra Lorraine, my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for stopping in to watch my videos. I hope you find them very fun and interesting. So let's get started with this one. Now this one is my very final entry to the hashtag So Maxi for Mother's Day challenge. It is hosted by the beautiful T from Crumpets Tea and Sewing, as well as the beautiful Crystal from Crystal Sews and Stuff. Now I'll put a link to the hashtag down below in the description box, as well as their Instagram handle, so you can go out and take a look. But Sunday will be the last day, the 16th, Sunday the 16th will be the last day for this challenge. So this is my final entry to the challenge. And I have to tell you, this is gonna be a little bit of a long video because this one was a project and a half for me. So grab your drink of choice, your tea, your coffee, beer, wine, whatever you choose, water, and sit back and I'll talk about what I did. Now, first off, let me start by saying this is a collaboration. It is a collaboration between my bestie sewing friend, Nateida from I can't believe I just messed up my bestie's name. Sorry, Nateida, from So Natural Dane. Now, I love working with her. You guys know that. You hear about her all the time on my channel. But this one started with Nateida. She actually posted some pictures, some patterns that she was actually going to work on. And one of them was this jumpsuit. It is called the Caladium Jumpsuit. And I saw that pattern on her channel and I liked it. And I told her, I said, I really liked it. I'd be interested in looking to make something like that. And she wanted to collaborate with me on it. And I thought, okay, great. This is typically not my style or Nateida's when it comes to jumpsuits for the same reason. But we both went ahead and jumped on this one. And I have to tell you, when I first did it, I made two muslins before I made my final. And honestly, I was like, I don't think this is my style. I even called her up and told her that. I said, I don't know, this might not be working for me. But I held in there and it did. It actually worked for me. So I'm really proud of what I've done. So let's get into this. Okay. First off, as I mentioned before, it is the Caladium Jumpsuit, and it's by Maya. I'll put all that information up on the screen for you so you can see it. The pattern illustration actually shows you, and if you notice that the illustration is showing this person, this jumpsuit, the person isn't wearing anything underneath. She just has the jumpsuit on. You can't, if you make this jumpsuit as is, you cannot do that. You will have to put something underneath there, a tank, a tube top, bra, swimsuit. You could do all of those, all of the above, but something will have to go under there. The only thing is if they've altered it to bring up the V-neck and the side arm sides, because the arm sides drop way down almost just above the pocket. So yeah, unless you want some extra things popping out, I don't think you want to wear this without. Or you could, yeah, you could if you're a little daring. I'm not, but okay. So the fabric for this, I have to really talk about. Let's go to the size range first. I'm gonna pop the size range up on the screen. The size range for this is, and you guys, I have a lot of notes because there's a lot to talk about here. So you'll see me looking down, and that's why. The size range for this is, it goes from a 00 to a 2830. And as I mentioned, I'll pop the size chart up on the screen so that you can see the bust and the waist and the hip measurements and things like that. But I have to tell you, I actually started, usually when I make something that's woven, I always go with a size 12 because I use a 10 for knits, but a size 12, and that's always worked for me. But I was looking at the measurements here for a 12, and the range was quite big for me on the bust and the hips. The waist was right about right, but I elected, I should say, to go ahead and try and make the 12-14. Well, that comes into my actual first muslin. Now, this muslin was way too large for me. And I got this fabric, it was from Fabric Mart. It was something I did in a stash a while ago, and I'll pop that link to that, the iCard up above, where I had this fabric. But it was a fabric I purchased. I really wasn't feeling it when it arrived, so it was up there on my shelf. And I didn't have enough fabric to do the full thing, so it came out quite short. But that was okay, because this was a muslin. But it also came out extremely huge. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me see if I can fix it. So what I did was I altered it to fit my body a little bit better. Still not a real good look on it, but let me bring it over. Here's the first muslin, and it is a rayon, some type of rayon. It may have some linen in it, it feels like, but predominantly rayon. It just has more of a texture than rayon normally does. And as you'll notice here, the pattern is going horizontal this way and vertical this way. That's because I didn't have, and it is short, that's because I didn't have enough fabric to create the full length of the actual pattern. So I just pieced it together. And I got it to fit my body a little bit better, and I will wear this one around the house only. Only me and my husband will see me in this one. It's that short. And I'll pop up a couple pictures here so you can see me in it. It is pretty short, and I do like it though. It's comfortable. That's the thing I love. It's comfortable, and it has pockets. I mean, it is beautiful to wear. I mean, truly, if you get your size to fit. This one still is a little awkward, a little big. The V-neck is, you know, it was pretty low on here. I brought it up by the shoulders to bring it up some and make it fit my body, and I took it in on the side seams so that it worked for me. So with that said, I figured I had to go down, you know, so I said, well, let me try and do another muslin. So I did. I picked the next size down, which was an 8 to 10. And I said, well, it's not really a muslin. This fabric, and I'm actually wearing it, if you see it, it's a blue and white striped. There we go. It's a blue and white striped rayon. And I got this rayon from Fashion Fabric Club on Etsy. And I really liked it because you guys know I love blue, especially baby blue. I love that color. But I said, well, let me go ahead and make it, because if I'm going down to a size 8-10, it's probably going to fit me. So I went ahead and I started to do the details. I don't know if you noticed, I have white piping along the edges here, and I have white piping along the entire V-neck, along the entire arm sink, and around the back. I have piping, white piping all the way around. Okay, so you say, what is the problem with it, Myra? It looks really good. No, it's really pretty for new. Still way too large, way too large. As you guys can see, it's kind of falling off my shoulders here, both shoulders here. And it's just huge. Let me step back so you can see this on me. It is massive, and it has no shaping whatsoever. I mean, oh my gosh. And the fabric, this rayon, choice of the rayon, I think was not a good choice, because as you see, it has no shaping whatsoever, and it's really big everywhere. I mean, massive on me. So let me step back up here so I can talk to you guys about this. So again, like I mentioned, this one too big. So I was so hurt because I love this fabric. I thought it was so gorgeous. And I am not gonna take it apart and try to fix it like I did with the little short romper over here, because it's just way, way too much. So I'm gonna put this back up in my stash because there's enough fabric here. Maybe I can piece this fabric for something else, but oh my gosh, I have to tell you, I was disappointed in this fabric. I was not in the fabric, I love the fabric, but disappointed how it didn't work. So I set off, I said, okay, I am going to do another one. I did do another muslin. I went down to a size 4'6". Now I have to tell you, I haven't seen a 4'6" since I was probably a teenager, honestly. That's the last time I saw that. But I will tell you, I put together muslin and I didn't do all of the work. I just, you know, did the side seams. I didn't put the pockets in or nothing, just the shoulders, bare minimum. And it fit beautifully. So I said, okay, that's it. I'm gonna make a size 4'6". Now what am I gonna do for fabric? Because I ruined my fashion fabric. So what am I gonna do? I ran over to Joann Fabrics, and it was the day after Mother's Day. I ran over there and I got this fabric, and they hadn't marked it back up yet. They were taking things down from the Mother's Day sale. But I happened to grab this 100% cotton. It's 100% white cotton. And just plain white cotton. It's a lightweight. It's not a quilting cotton, so it is very lightweight. Almost has a texture like linen, and it has a nice drape to it. Beautifully. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My battery died. Okay, let's go back to where we were. I got this cotton fabric. It's 100% cotton. It's very lightweight, has a nice drape to it at Joann Fabrics. And boy, I have to tell you, my decision to go over there the day after Mother's Day, even though knowing I might have missed all the sales, was a great decision. Because when I went in there were only 2 people in there as far as customers, me and another lady that I saw in the entire store while I was there. So I got to relax and shop leisurely. It was so much fun for me. And I found this fabric, and it was 50% off because they had not marked it back up yet. And I was so happy, so happy. So I purchased this white cotton because in my mind before I went over there, I had an idea to dye it. Now, if most of those you who know me, you know that I said this before, and if I can, I'll pop a copy of that video up there where I said it. Me, I don't like dyeing. I tried it, didn't work for me. So I know I said that, but I wanted to try it again because I really didn't want it, you know, dyeing fabrics to beat me. So I sketched what I thought I wanted it to look like. And the sketch, when I sketched it out on my iPad, I love what I saw in the sketch. So that determined what I wanted to do. So I went to Joann Fabrics and got everything that I thought I would need to make this happen. Okay, so, but, oh my gosh. Now, let me give a shout out to someone else, because this lady, to me, is the queen of dyeing fabrics. Oh my gosh, she knows her stuff when it comes to dyeing fabrics, and that is Miss Elizabeth from Elizabeth Made This. She has a YouTube channel, and she's very active on Instagram and Facebook. Now, oh my gosh, I really wanted her to see me do a successful dye. So Elizabeth, if you're watching, this is for you, honey. This is definitely for you. Now, as you saw in my sketch, I wanted that ombre look. I really wanted that ombre look. So I set out to actually get it. But I don't know a lot about dyes, and the dye that I used before was a RIT dye. But there's so many other great ones out there that other people profess to use. Dharma Trading, I think, is one of them. There are quite a few out there. But I have access to Joann right now. So I wanted something quick. So what I grabbed was, I saw it was like a tie-dye kit by Tulip. And I'll pop a picture up here of what it looked like. And I knew I wanted baby blue and I wanted lavender, a purple look. So, and I wanted them to grade into each other, keeping a little bit of white, just like it was on my sketch. So I grabbed this kit because it had those two colors in it that I really liked. And oh my gosh, I thought it was going to be so great. So on the kit, it actually tells you how to do the ombre look, and I was happy about that. I went and grabbed me a paintbrush because that's what they say you're supposed to use to make it fade up. And so what I'll do is I'll try to pop up some pictures of what I did. Now the first time I dyed this, I have to tell you, it was a fail as far as the color. I was so freaking hurt. I almost wanted to just cry and scrap it. I was so frustrated because what happened was I noticed, I was talking to my sister on the phone, and I happened to turn around while I had it laying on I had it actually laying on my cutting table, and I had covered it in garbage bags and taped it down so I wouldn't make a mess anywhere. And I had it laying there, and I had some pictures. Let me pop these pictures up so that you can see them. I had some pictures. Oh my goodness. Okay, I had some pictures where I actually this first picture that you're seeing here is the picture where I dyed it with the lavender color first, and then I used the brush to help it, you know, push some of it up to fade it to the lighter color. That worked beautifully, and I was going to do this in multiple steps, and that's why I did it in multiple steps, because I didn't want a chance of it running into each other. So this purple that you're seeing, I actually washed out on my hand, with my hands in my sink, and I washed it until the water was clear, and I rinsed it out. And I was always using hot water because if it was going to fade, I wanted it to fade that way. So what you're seeing now, actually, let me just make sure. Okay, so after I washed it and I put it in the washer and I took it back out of the washer, now I'm not using any type of fabric softeners or anything like that, and for the dyeing purposes I did not dry it. I did all this dyeing wet. It was just my choice because on the instructions for tulip it said you could do it either way. I chose to do it wet. So the picture that you're seeing right now of it on the table it's wet, it's fresh out of the washer, and you see my purple is all done. Now this next picture that you're seeing up here is me putting the blue, and that is supposed to be a soft blue. It's called Sky. Even though it looks very vibrant, almost like a rich royal blue right here, it was the soft blue that I was using, and it looked perfect. I was like, oh, this is great. I love it, love it, love it. So I knew, I was talking to my sister, as I mentioned, and I happened to look over and I noticed, to my dismay, that it was starting to run into the purple. And now these were supposed to set, like the first lavender, I'll call it purple for right now, but the purple, all of the colors you're supposed to lay down, and you're supposed to cover them with some plastic or wrap them in plastic, and then you just let them sit there for 6 to 8 hours. So that's what I did with the purple. Worked out fine, as you see. But with this one, when I turned over and was talking to my sister, I shrieked because I saw that the blue was running into the purple, and oh my gosh, I was having conniptions. Oh my God. And what I found out was my cutting table has collapsible leaves on it, and one end of it has a slight decline like this. So that's what was happening. It was forcing, because it was all wet, it was forcing that dye to run into the purple. My white was almost gone. So I quickly went and grabbed the first thing I could think of, and in this picture that you're looking at now, I have my tripod actually propping up the purple so that it won't run back, because I couldn't get my table to go up anymore. So I used my tripod to prop up the fabric so that it wouldn't run down into the purple anymore. But then I was so concerned that it was going to remain like that I washed it out after about 2 hours, I think it was about 2 hours it had been sitting there. So this next picture you see is me trying to wash it out real quickly. I figured, you know, it was probably on there long enough. I'll get a light color, you know, a lighter color pastel blue, and that'd be okay. You know, so I went to wash it out, and I don't know if you can notice in this picture, I might try to zoom in on it so you can see, but the blue has a little bit of purple showing in it, and I wasn't happy with that. It was something in the dye, because let me tell you, I never let the purple touch that blue. And I went ahead and I washed it all out, and I was so upset because, and I'll bring up a picture of me in it first. It was a mint green. I could not believe it. I did not want mint green. I wanted that soft blue. And it's a mint green, and it has a purple streak right down the middle, right under my chest. There's a purple streak going through there. You could have just knocked me over with a finger. I was done. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this? So I remembered that there was something, there was some talk about something called color remover. So I went online and I looked, and there was such a thing. I ran right back over to Joann Fabric, and I got this stuff called, it's by Rit, and it's called Color Remover. And I'll pop a picture of it up here so you can see it. But I followed the instructions, and this next picture that you see here is me boiling just the top part of this fabric where all that color was in this pot of hot water. I'm actually stirring it for 20 minutes to take the color out. And it worked, because this next picture I'm showing you is all of the color removed from that top half. I have the bottom half rolled up with the lavender because I don't want that to get messed up. I held that up with my hand while I was stirring in the pot to make sure nothing happened to the bottom of this. So I removed all of the color. Now when you guys are following this kit, follow the instructions. Don't wash it out before they tell you to, and make sure it's on a level. If you're doing this ombre, make sure it's on a level. If you want to do it on the floor, tape up your floor real good with some plastic and do it down there, but do it on level so they won't run like mine did. So I was successful. I removed the color, as you can see here in this video, in this picture. And I did it again. I actually went and I got another just single bottle of the soft blue, and I dyed it again, and I let it lay there. This time I propped up my table, and honestly, I don't want to go into how I did that, because I need a new cutting table. That's what I need. This one is pretty old. But I propped it up to make sure there would be no runs, and I actually dyed it again, and I let it lay there, this time for the full 8 hours. Actually, I did 7 hours. I didn't do the full 8. I washed it out at 7 because I figured it was enough, and I was right. It was enough time, because it worked out beautifully. It turned out just absolutely gorgeous. It was a long process for me, only because of the frustrations and the one mishap I had with my cutting table. Had I not had that problem with my cutting table, it probably would have worked a lot faster. That die was very, very nice to use. It was very, very good to use. Let me see in my notes if there was anything else. Nope, there's nothing else here on that. I told you all about that. So now you're probably wondering, where the heck is this jumpsuit? Here it is. Here she is in all her glory right now. Oh my God, I can't say enough about this. I love this thing. I really do. The fit is right on, even though it's a 4'6", can't believe that. I might have to go around and brag. I'm a 4'6". Nah, not really, but this one is a 4'6". But it turned out gorgeous. I don't know if it's showing up true to camera. It looks like it has maybe a little more green in it than this does, but it's a pretty, pretty sky blue. Like they said, it's a pretty sky blue. And it changes colors when it gets down to where I lightened it up before it hits the white. Let me see if I can come down so you can see it. And I did lengthen this by 4 inches because I wanted it longer. So it does change colors right in here. When I did the fade with the brush, it did fit, lighten up here, and it left a little white here where just before it meets the purple. And let me talk about, oops, let me get back up here so you can see me. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's talk about the sewing up the pattern. Now, the pattern sews up beautifully. Oh my gosh, it is so quick. You can make this thing in a day. That's how quick it is. It's super easy to do. The instructions were spot on. Didn't have any problems with the instructions whatsoever. The one thing that I did change up is, like I mentioned to you, I lengthened mine quite a bit because I wanted it much longer. And also, they have facings included in the pattern for you. But I chose not to use the facings in the arm side and in the V. I also chose to use the V front. You can wear this either way. You can wear it with the square back. And I'll take this off so you can see it, and talk to you about it. You can wear it with the square back in the front, or you can wear it with the V in the front. They typically had most people I saw had the V in the back and the square neckline in the front. But I like the V neckline in the front. That's the way I wore it. And then the back has the square here. Put it up so you can see that. And I did, as I mentioned, I did put the facing in the back, and it's a very nice facing. I love the way they put this together. But on the arm side and the V, I elected to use white purchase bias binding. And what was nice about it is, as you can see, it dyed right along with my fabric beautifully. The only thing that didn't change color was the white thread, but as you notice, it's not very noticeable, and that's because the thread was polyester and this is cotton. I did the exact same thing with the arm side. It has bias binding on it, and it actually dyed right along with the fabric. And I love the treatment, so you get a perfect V in the front. You actually put your bias binding on first, and then you sew your seam line in there afterwards. So you always get that perfect V in the front. That's just beautiful there. Very nice. Oh my gosh, and of course, ladies, there are pockets. Yay! I love these pockets. Oh my gosh. I think I will be making another one of these. I have to tell you, honestly, it does pay to step out of your box sometimes, because when I first started working on this and I did that first muslin with the that I call the romper right now, I was like, this is not my style. Nah, I don't like this. But I love it. I honestly do. And I want to make another one. I think I'm going to make another one in a solid color. I'm not sure what that is right now, but this thing is so freaking comfortable to wear. Oh my God, the fact that it's pants, of course, I probably won't wear it too much when I'm out, unless I'm somebody's house or where, you know, I know the bathroom is okay, but not any place where I have to go to a public bathroom, because as long as it is, and I have to take the whole thing off to use the bathroom, that's not gonna work. So, but I love it, and I am definitely gonna make another one. You will be seeing another one of these made. Not sure how soon, but it will be made. This thing is gorgeous. So now I am going to bring pictures up of me in this jumpsuit. I love it so much. It is so freaking comfortable. And in the photos, you will notice that I have on some earrings that match it almost perfectly. Earrings were made by my beautiful daughter-in-law, and I'll pop up her Instagram handle so you can go over and check out some of her new pieces that she just uploaded. But she made those specifically for me for this particular outfit, because I asked her, those were the colors that I wanted. Oh my gosh, I love this outfit so much. And I want to show you pictures now that you've seen the pictures. I want to show you pictures of me, and I want to show you lovely pictures of my friend Nateida, hers, because hers is absolutely gorgeous too. She did hers in a beautiful print. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I'm just going to show you a quick picture. You're going to have to run on over to her channel, her YouTube channel, to see what she said about hers and how she worked on hers. But I'll put all her information down below so that you can run over and see hers as well. But we had a great time, at least I had a great and frustrating, tearful but fun time making this beautiful jumpsuit. I love it, and it was just in time for the finale of the hashtag So Maxi for Mother's Day. Thank you, T and Crystal, so much for hosting this beautiful challenge once again this year. So if you guys have any questions about all of the work that I went through to get to this beautiful piece here, please put that information, those questions or anything, down in the comments, because you know I'll answer them. And don't forget, on your way out, please subscribe, because I would love for you to subscribe and not miss any more of my videos as they come up. I'm still working on that tutorial for the bra pattern I told you guys about. Tutorials and me are a little tough, so bear with me on that. It is coming. Haven't forgot about it. I'm about halfway through it already, so it is coming. So I will see you in the next video. Don't forget, thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.